I won't use a number, and I'm here to tell you what Kuroko no Basuke, or the basketball which Kuroko plays, is, and why you should watch it. Kuroko no Basuke is just so fucking cool. As you've probably already deduced, it's a basketball anime. There was a middle school team with players so skilled they were called the Generation of Miracles. They easily beat pretty much everyone they went up against. Now, as the story begins, the members of that team are entering different high schools. The least known member of that team, Kuroko, is our main character. What made the Generation of Miracles so damn special is that they all had a unique skill. Essentially a skill that pushes the boundaries of human possibility. One of them never misses a shot, another can copy almost any move he sees someone pull off, Sharingan style. Kuroko's ability is that he sort of naturally goes unnoticed by other people. He uses that to slip away and pass the ball like a motherfucker. The other central character to the story is Kagami. He left Japan for America while the whole Generation of Miracles thing was going on, and is now itching to challenge them. His skills don't quite stack up to theirs, and Kuroko's ability doesn't exactly help him when he's just by himself, so they agree to take on the Generation of Miracles together. Since they're on the same team, I guess that was inevitably going to happen anyway, but whatever. I can't think of something bad to say about this show. Every member of Kuroko's team is given time to shine, which surprised me going into it. Even some non-Generation of Miracles members of other teams have their badass moments and are built up as distinct characters. The cast is interesting enough to keep the show entertaining even when there isn't a game going on. There's fan service for those of you interested in that. The games themselves are simply amazing. They're engaging, with cool visual things happening, especially when Kuroko's passing. Pacing in the games reflects how interesting they are. If it's incredibly one-sided, you'll get a time skip, whereas every single detail will be shown if the game is close. Which they fucking can be, and it can get incredibly intense. Most games take up multiple episodes, and in doing so feel like legitimate struggles. It's sort of like they took the sensibilities of a shonen action anime and framed it into the context of basketball. But since it's a sport, loss doesn't carry the same consequences as an action anime most likely would, so loss is a more conceivable and constant threat, which is engaging. I was emotionally invested in this show almost constantly. When things went right or something incredibly badass happened, I was screaming fuck yeah. When things got close, I was holding my breath. And when things went bad, I was legitimately worried and even cried a few times. Kuroko no Basuke is easily one of my favorite animes, and I wholeheartedly recommend it to anyone with even a passing interest in anime.
一体どういうつもりか知らないっすけど、黒こっちに俺を止めるのは無理っすよ。違うね。止めるんじゃなくて。取るのよ。パクチップ。鏡のヘルプでひるんだ一瞬を。お前がどんなすげえ技返してこようが関係ねえ。抜かせるのが目的なんだからな。
Not counting the currently airing season, Kuroko no Basuke has 50 episodes, with a bonus episode called Tip-Off meant to be watched after episode 25. I'd give it at least 4 or 5 episodes before deciding if you'll watch the whole thing, as that's when the first full game ends, though I promise it just gets hyper and hyper as the series continues. That said, if you have suggestions for any future videos, questions about this show, or want to share your thoughts, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you want to find out about some other cool shows and games in the future, you can subscribe. This has been I Won't Use a Number, keep loving what you love, and I'll see you next time with something else.